go. I like your Jeep and I don't want to hit it. So stay in your lane. Oh, Houston, God bless you, Houston. You still scare the shit out of me. It is 6:30 in the morning, you guys. I just left the Flying J. I just left the Flying J in Houston. I missed my pickup yesterday, you guys. I missed it, honestly, between you and me. I was 2.5 hours late. The broker thought I was like 1.5 hours late, but I knew I was not going to make it. No, don't reroute me, you hoe bag. I knew I was not going to make it, and I did not want to go back to the drawing board, so I was kind of tagging him, dragging him along, like, I'm going to be there, I'm going to make the attempt, you know. But to be honest, I had a lot going on yesterday. Well, I'll give you a quick recap. So I had my 2 trucks to find loads for, and 2 other trucks. So I had 4 trucks to find loads for, in addition to picking up the PJ from the shop and getting on the road myself. So I found loads for 3 out of the 4 trucks, which is not bad, especially for President's Day. But I did not want to go back to the drawing board in order to find a replacement load for the one that I was late for yesterday. So long story short, I didn't make it. The broker let me keep it, and I told him I'll lay over, I'll lay over in Houston and pick it up first thing in the morning. I'm picking up this pipe load. It's going over to Southern California. I'll tell you guys about that on the other video, but this one is about parking, okay? What is up with this? This is the first time, you guys, in 4 years of operation that I have actually paid to park somewhere, to park at a truck stop. Just to give you a little bit of background, you guys, I prefer to, when I sleep in my truck, I prefer to sleep at rest areas. There is less going on. It's quieter. And guys, everybody's got their opinion. Some guys, one of my buddies says, he prefers to stay at the truck stops because they're safer. They have security. There are people watching. And me personally, I think it's more of a risk having somebody hit your truck that doesn't know how to drive, that's trying to back into a tight slot. Because I've heard those stories. We've all heard those stories, right? So that happens too. And that would be a terrible way to wake up. So anyway, and I feel safe and secure with what I have going on, my personal safety and the safety of my rig and my abilities and what I carry in my truck and all of those things, right? So I feel safe. So that's my personal opinion. I try to stay at the rest areas, but I'm in Houston. I got close enough to Houston, and the broker was like, okay, yeah, I just confirmed with the shipper, they're not gonna take you past 3:30. So just pick it up first thing in the morning, right? So I'm like, okay. So I found the first truck stop, and that's where I shut it down for 13 hours, which oh, it kills me. It kills me to wait, you guys. Like, I'm not a person to wait. Emery, big shout out to you, Emery. Emery will wait. He'll wait a day. He'll wait a day and a half. He will wait until that unicorn load comes through. That's paying really, really nicely, and it's usually one pick, one drop. I do not wait. I start grabbing, even if it's smaller partials, I will start grabbing, I'll get a good one and then build around it, and I'll start, partialing out things, because I can't stand waiting. That's just how I like to run. So I get to the Flying J, right? And all of the spots say reserved. And I'm like, okay. And then there's this real pretty black lady in her little security, outfit, and her car driving around. She happened to stop at the bays, at the slots across from me, and so I flagged her down. I said, hey, do I gotta pay for parking here, or is there any like free parking? And she says, oh no, you gotta pay for every parking, and I'm checking tickets. I said, okay, well, I'll go get a ticket, right? So I go inside. Man, this Jeep, he really wants me to hit his truck. I can't even afford a Jeep like that, so I really don't want to hit his. Crazy man. Brand new Jeep. So I go inside, right? And the guy's like, oh, okay. It's $20. I'm like, $20 to park it? He's like, yeah. He said, rewards card. I said, no, thank you. He said, no, I need your rewards card. I said, I don't have one. And that's another side story, you guys. In 4 years of operation, I haven't signed up for a Flying J or a Love's card. I've been paying cash, right, for all of this stuff. Coffee and whatnot. I know you can get free coffee with your card and stuff, but I've been paying cash because I'm like, no, if in my weird head, right, like if I get the rewards card, I'm gonna spend more time on the road. Like, that's what my head says. So I was like, no, I don't want a card. He's like, well, you have to have a card in order to get a parking slot. And I'm like, wow. So I went outside, I got the app, go back inside, and $21.75. This is the first time, and I would assume it's because of the area, And had I known I wasn't going to be able to park for free, maybe I would have just gotten a hotel. And that's my point, you guys. So $21.75 for parking, right? And then of course I was there for 13, almost 14 hours. I idled my truck for the majority of that time. Now, I had my auxiliary tank open, so I can't tell you how many gallons of fuel I burned while I idled my truck for the majority of those 14 hours. Let's say I idled it for 10 hours. I can't tell you how much diesel I burned, but diesel, let's say it's $4 a gallon, so $25. So $22 for parking, $25 for diesel just to idle the truck, plus the wear and tear on the truck. Look at these fools. Lord have mercy. So what is that? That's almost $50. I mean, you could get a freaking hotel for like $60. It's not going to be a nicest hotel, right? $60, $65. I mean, so think about that, you guys. When you're sleeping in your truck, if you got to pay for parking, and if you're there for, you know, more than 10 hours, right? And you happen to be like me and you idle your truck, I mean, look at the cost versus the reward. Now, I didn't, you know, that doesn't include a shower. That doesn't include continental breakfast or coffee in the morning. I had to go and get my coffee this morning. So think about that. You know, there are pros and cons to hotels. You know, a $65 hotel is probably not going to be the nicest hotel, right? Probably not going to be the nicest hotel. And I don't know if in Houston I would necessarily want to choose a $65 hotel. I don't mind cheaper hotels when they're out in the boonies, because usually they're clean. They're just not updated. But in Houston, I don't know, it's probably a home motel, you know, a ho-ho motel, I don't know. But you guys think about that, you know, think about that. The cost of diesel to idle your truck, and if you have to pay for parking, it adds up. So maybe you want to think about that and just get that hotel, especially at least every so often, right? Just a thought, you guys. I'm moving on with my day. We're gonna go pick up this pipe load, transport it over to California. My other driver, my new driver, Rick, he is going to be in front of me, also on the 10, also taking a load to Southern California. So we're kind of going to piggyback. We were supposed to be a lot closer to each other than we are actually going to be. And so he'll be well ahead of me, but should he need anything, I will be behind him. So that's kind of a good thing. Just another tip, another idea for those of you who have multiple trucks and are still operating one of your trucks, you know, kind of like the training wheels are off for him, but I'm still around. I'm still watching. No, but if he needs anything, you know, I'm there. I'm not sitting, you know, 1,200 miles away in my house. So just another idea. But anyways, you guys, hopefully you guys didn't have to pay for parking. And you'll see some more videos coming soon. Peace.